gonna see Alexia. Everyone is really enthusiastic about her poetry improvisation. She hears words, she gets in a sort of flux, and she starts like composing poetry with like an ancient typewriter. My active role is gonna be giving words to her in order for her to find inspiration somehow. But I really don't know what to expect and how this process can work. Hello.
Welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Alexia.
Ciao Alexia.
What's your name?
Alessandro.
Alessandro.
Nice.
Piacere.
Piacere. Alexia is definitely an island sensation. She's a guest star at many private events, she performed at TEDx, and she is highly requested in many European cities. That's probably because her ritual is so unique. She's a poet and a word magician. As I said, I'm curious about how it works and what effect it will have on me. But I also think it is such a 2025 inspiring example of how anybody can invent a job through passion and creativity.
The tea started after I had many years with ayahuasca and other plant medicines, a lot of psychedelics, and then I had a car crash and a kind of near-death experience. The car was flipping and then I couldn't see anything. I didn't say it out loud, but I heard, "Am I dying?" And then I heard, "No, surrender." And when the car landed, it was completely totaled and crumpled and I was covered in glass, but I didn't have any injuries except for a small scratch here from the seatbelt. And then I spent like a good month in an altered state of consciousness. But a week after, I was at a friend's house and he had a typewriter sitting out. And I was really feeling quite sensitive. So I started to play with people, like, give me 3 words, and then I would write something for them. I traveled for 3 years with the typewriter, and I would sit and do this like in Mexico, in Los Angeles, in New York. I brought it to Ibiza. And it started to become also an exploration of consciousness, in that every time I wrote something, it was always a message for me and the other person. And there were just kind of crazy synchronicities happening in what was coming through. And then I started to do 2 years ago here, every week, tea ceremony with creative writing. So the tea ceremony came to me. Oh my God. And I found this beautiful teacher who works in the Cha Dao lineage. So we did 8 days of silence, learning about tea, and I had a really profound experience with that, and it became part of my ritual. I think we all have it. I think we all have this creative connection. It's just this is when it really opened for me, that I became aware of it.
Sorry if I'm here fishy.
It's a way for me to practice trusting, because I don't know what's going to come out, and all I can do is let go in that moment. And if we can all let go together, then it becomes a game. I like to feel like I don't know what's coming, because then I can't really fake it. So it's an exploration.
Shall we start?
Yeah. We'll drink 3 bowls of tea in silence. Thank you. Three words.
Pain.
Pain.
Spirals. Stars.
Drinking galaxies, I look within. Spirals circling into infinity. Cracks in the bowl, proof of pain, of life, of having loved well. Sipping each star fully until I become only light. Pouring again and again, emptying, being filled. A never-ending ceremony of opening and celebrating each precious moment. It's simple. 2 warm bowls of tea, silence, and a sea of memory shared between souls. Remember, the reflection looking back is home.
A never-ending ceremony of opening. Drinking galaxies, I look within. I mean, it's really like a poem. It's a real poem. There's a lot of deepness here. Thank you.
Thank you. It was so much fun. It's really not about making just a beautiful poem. It's that hopefully whatever you need to hear or I need to hear can come through as much as possible. It gets to be really fun, and I don't know where this is going for me, but I hope that it inspires other people to find their joy. It's the energy you bring to it that people connect with. Like, I can feel your sincerity. I can feel that you're actually enjoying what you're doing. And I think that's the most important thing.
First of all, you stop, your mind stops, you get this initial silence, and then you get used to that, and suddenly you get like into another state of consciousness somehow. It's meditative, it's very human, very innocent, and very deep at the same time. It's quite surprising. It moved me.